His wildcard appearance at the Sydney 500 last year was about getting reacquainted after 9 years in NASCAR. Ambrose is under no illusions about the challenge that lies ahead, but his competitive desire is as strong as ever. Bringing together the two-time champion, Dick Johnson Racing, and some seriously talented Penske personnel is a recipe for success. Just give it some time.
I've done a lot in my career, and I've done well here, I've done well in the States, and I'm going to come back and do my very best with the tools I have and the talent that I have at this point in my career, and I'm going to do as well as I can. I'm very focused on it. I'm excited to be here, so that's all I can do. And people can have their own assumptions of how we're going to go and what's going to happen, but no one's going to know, us included. As we get through the course of the year, we want to keep doing the best we can with what we've got, and as the year goes on, we're going to have better stuff and we're going to have better knowledge, and so we're going to need to do better. So I think by year's end, we need to be right up there amongst them.
The Tekno Autosports team experienced the full gamut of emotions last season, from the heartbreak of losing Bathurst in the closing stages to Shane Van Gisbergen's brilliant second-place finish in the Drivers' Championship. It may not be a powerhouse team in size terms, but quality people and some machinery upgrades makes them a real force to be reckoned with in 2015.
Yeah, we finished the last half of the year really strongly. We were in the top 10 almost every race bar a couple, and that's what we needed to do, just improve consistency. So yeah, looking forward to this year. We do have a lot of upgrades, but we're just not going to do it all at once. We'll just make sure we know every part of the car and what it does, and try and gradually improve and keep pushing, not just expect everything to work and just smoke everyone.
Although the business of motor racing never stands still, most will tell you that stability is key. That's the hallmark of Brad Jones Racing right now, where the headline acts remain unchanged. A podium finish at Winton in his rookie year is the foundation Dale Wood intends to build on in the 21. Jason Bright has rallied the troops here to work together on setup and development, as opposed to drivers going off in individual directions. That, he believes, is integral to the kind of speed that he had at the end of last season.
My engineer, Andrew Edwards, has now moved to a more leadership role across all three cars. Phil Keed's now much more in charge of setup, and the data engineer off Fabian's car is now my engineer. So it is a change, but it felt like it's an area we weren't doing the best job of. We're a three-car team. We should be working together a little bit more, and we're just seeing time and time again where we're sort of going off in our own little direction and not working as well as we could. So, the decision was made to make it much more cohesive last part of last year, and we felt like we got a fair bit out of that at the last couple of rounds. So, going into this year, it was part of the plan.
The final car in the BJR stable welcomes new backers for this assault. Fabian Coulthard wants to repay the faith by consistently being at the pointy end all year, to regularly demonstrate the kind of form that we saw from the Kiwi in the first half of 2014.
It just comes back to a whole team environment. We all need to do everything correctly on the same day. You obviously need to be consistent, which thankfully we have been. We've won a few races in V8 Supercars, had pole position, stood on the podium. So we're pretty happy with our Freightliner Racing, Brad Jones Racing outfit. I think we do a good job, and we're trying to get amongst the best of them and give them a good run for their money.
A change of ownership licences sees the 18 move from the ProDrive Ford umbrella to Walkinshaw Performance. Lee Holdsworth originally planned to stay at Erebus Motorsport, but is back behind the wheel of a Commodore and determined to make the most of it.
Yeah, obviously I signed with Charlie, wanting to be with a factory team, and nothing's changed on that front. I did think I was going somewhere else, but look, as it's turned out, Walkinshaw, I couldn't have asked for a better home. 4-car team, factory team, and I think I've got the best opportunity of winning races that maybe I ever have. Not expecting big things straight away, but I think hopefully that momentum will build through the year and we can end up getting some very, very decent results this year.
Holdsworth will no doubt be encouraged by the podium finishes Nick Percat enjoyed with this squad at Bathurst and Sydney Motorsport Park last year. He'll also be mindful of the pace we saw from new stablemate Tim Slade. The South Australian might still be looking for his maiden win, but top 3 finishes at Winton, on the Gold Coast and at Homebush were standouts.
yeah, it was a really nice way to finish off the year, and it's exactly what I wanted to do. I mean, everyone wants to do it, but probably me more than a lot of other people, because we had such an average year throughout the middle, and I really wanted to get some good results at Homebush to finish the year off strong and go into the break with some positivity and confidence. And I think we learned a lot in the last few races of the year that's going to help us a lot at the start of 2015.
Being garaged in the middle of this pit lane doesn't always mean mid-pack performances. Look for members of this group to regularly stake a claim on the Winners' Trophy in 2015.